Have you ever had one of those days? You know the kind. You spill your coffee first thing in the morning, and suddenly it feels like the entire day is ruined. Or maybe your partner makes a completely harmless comment, and you snap at them with an intensity that even surprises you. On the flip side, maybe you've felt so numb and shut down after a long, stressful week that you can't even muster the energy to make a simple decision, like what to eat for dinner. You just stare into space, feeling nothing. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and you're not broken. What you're experiencing is a fundamental concept in psychology and neuroscience, known as the window of tolerance. This term was coined by Dr. Don Siegel, a renowned psychiatrist and mindfulness expert, to describe the optimal zone of arousal where we can function at our best. Think of it like a river flowing smoothly between two green banks. When you're in that river, you're within your window of tolerance. You feel calm, focused, and present. You can handle life's ups and downs. You can think clearly, manage your emotions, and respond to challenges without being overwhelmed. You feel grounded, present, and resilient. This is where we all want to live most of the time. But life, as we know, has a way of pushing us out of this optimal zone. When the currents get too strong, we can get pushed against one of the two banks. Let's talk about the first direction we can go. It's Hyperarousal. This is the high bank of the river. When we're pushed above our window, our nervous system goes into a fight-or-flight response. This isn't a conscious choice. It's a deep, biological reaction hardwired for survival. In T-state, you might feel anxious, panicked, angry, irritable, or out of control. Your heart might race, your thoughts might spin, and you might feel a surge of restless energy. This is your nervous system screaming. Danger. This is where you overreact to that spilled coffee. It's not about the coffee. It's about your system being flooded with stress hormones. We can also explore Hypoarousal. This is the low bank of the river. This is when we drop below our window. Here, the nervous system goes into a freeze or collapse response. Again, this isn't laziness or a lack of willpower. It's a biological shutdown, another survival strategy. When you're in Hypoarousal, you might feel numb, disconnected, foggy, exhausted, or even depressed. Making decisions feels impossible, and you might feel empty or spaced out. This is that can't even decide what to eat for dinner feeling. Your system has essentially pulled the emergency brake and gone offline to conserve energy. Now, here's the most important thing to understand. When you are outside your window of tolerance, whether you're hyperaroused or hypoaroused, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational thought, planning, and decision-making, goes offline. It gets hijacked. You are literally running on pure, primitive survival instinct. This is why you can't just think your way out of a panic attack. It's why you can't logic your way out of a deep state of numbness. Your thinking brain isn't in charge at that moment. So, the goal isn't to never leave the window. That's impossible. Life will always have its challenges. The goal is twofold. First, to widen our window, making it more resilient so it takes more to push us out. And second, to learn how to gently guide ourselves back into the river when we've been pushed out. As trauma expert Dr. Bessel van der Kolk powerfully illustrates in his seminal book, The Body Keeps the Score, regulation often starts not with the mind, but with the body. Our nervous system speaks the language of sensation, not just words. So, to get back into our window, we need to speak its language. So let's talk about some practical tools. How do you do this? The first step is awareness. You need to know which zone you're in. Are you on the high bank, feeling revved up and agitated? Or are you on the low bank, feeling shut down and empty? Once you've identified your state, you can use targeted techniques to regulate your nervous system. Let's start with Hyperarousal. When you feel too high, too activated, we need to calm the system down. The goal is to send a signal to your body that says, you are safe. The threat is over. A powerful tool for this is grounding. The 5-4-3-2-1 technique is fantastic. Wherever you are, right now, name 5 things you can see around you. Just name them. Then, name 4 things you can physically feel: the texture of your shirt, the chair beneath you, the temperature of the air. Then, listen for 3 things you can hear. It could be a fan, a car outside, your own breathing. Next, identify 2 things you can smell. And finally, 1 thing you can taste, even if it's just the neutral taste inside your mouth. This technique forces your brain to reconnect with the present, safe moment, pulling it out of the past worry or future fear. Another incredible tool is breath work, specifically focusing on a long exhale. Try the 4-7-8 method. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Then exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of 8. Do this a few times. The long exhale is a biological hack that activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's natural brake pedal. It tells your body it's time to rest and digest. A third tool, which might sound a little strange, is somatic shaking. When our body enters fight or flight, it's flooded with energy to help us fight a predator or run away. When that threat is psychological, like a stressful email, that energy gets trapped. So, literally shake it out. Stand up and shake your arms, shake your legs, shake your whole body for a minute or 2. Animals in the wild do this after a stressful event. It discharges that pent-up energy, completing the stress cycle. Now, what about Hypoarousal? When you're on the low bank, feeling numb and shut down, the goal is different. We need to gently re-energize and reconnect. We want to gently bring sensation back online, not jolt the system. A great tool is gentle movement. Don't think about running a marathon. Think about just standing up and stretching your arms toward the ceiling. Roll your shoulders. Walk around the room for a minute. Do a few gentle jumping jacks. The goal is simply to reintroduce gentle sensation and energy back into the body, reminding it that it's here, in this room, and it's okay to feel. Another effective tool is using temperature change. Go to the sink and splash some cold water on your face, or hold an ice cube in your hand for a few moments. The mild shock of the cold can gently jolt your nervous system back into a state of awareness, pulling you out of the fog. Finally, a technique called orienting. This is a gentler version of grounding. Simply look around the room you're in, and slowly, silently, name the objects you see. Lamp, desk, window, plant, book. This simple act helps your brain orient itself to your current environment, reinforcing the sense of safety and presence. It Rentley says, "I am here now, and I am okay." The more you practice these tools, the more effective they become. It's like building a muscle. And here is a pro tip. Practice them when you're already calm and inside your window. This builds your capacity for self-regulation. So when stress does hit, you already have a well-worn path back to your center. This idea of building capacity is central to the work of experts like Dr. Gabor Mate, who brilliantly connects stress and our internal state to our overall physical health. In his book, When the Body Says No, our ability to regulate our nervous system is not just about mental health. It's about our total well-being. So, the next time you find yourself overreacting to something small or feeling completely shut down and unable to move, I want you to remember this. It is not a character flaw. It is not a weakness. It is a signal that your nervous system has, quite understandably, stepped outside its window of tolerance. But you are not helpless. You now have the map to understand what's happening, and you have the tools to find your way back. You are not at the mercy of your reactions. You can learn to be the compassionate, wise guide for your own nervous system. Your challenge for this week is simple. Just notice, the next time you feel a big emotion or a lack of emotion coming on, pause and gently ask yourself, am I feeling hypo, or am I within my window? No judgment, just curiosity. Awareness is always the very first step back to calm. If this video helps you understand yourself a little better, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you navigate your inner world. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one tool you're going to try to widen your window? So, thanks for watching.